Think about this for a second. You're asleep, completely unconscious, can't see, can't react, can't defend yourself at all. And if you're camping, there's basically just a thin sheet of nylon between you and a forest full of animals that are, frankly, way stronger and faster than you. And yet, morning comes, and you wake up completely fine, every single time. So, why? Why don't predators just walk right in and take the easiest meal of their life? Turns out there's an old invisible agreement between humans and the animal kingdom, and it's way more fascinating than you'd think. Here's the first thing to understand. Humans aren't physically intimidating to a predator. We're not fast, we don't have claws, we definitely can't outrun a wolf. But evolutionarily, we are terrifying. A 2019 study conducted in California actually tracked mountain lions, and researchers found something wild. When these pumas heard ordinary human voices, even just casual talking, they immediately dropped what they were doing and fled the area, abandoning their own kills. This isn't unique to pumas either. Tigers in India, leopards across parts of Africa, jaguars in the Amazon. They all tend to avoid areas with regular human activity. And honestly, that fear didn't come from nowhere. For thousands of years, humans hunted large predators into extinction or near extinction, and the ones that survived passed down something almost like a genetic memory, a deep built-in caution around us. Now, here's something that makes it even weirder for predators. We smell completely wrong. Animal senses of smell are way more powerful than ours, and a sleeping human gives off this strange chemical cocktail. Synthetic fabrics, processed food residue, soap, shampoo, sunscreen. None of that exists naturally in the wild. A predator's hunting instinct is wired around specific familiar prey smells, like deer or rabbits. Humans just don't register the same way. If anything, that unfamiliar scent puts them on alert instead of triggering a hunting response. And then there's fire. This one's almost universal. Nearly every wild animal has some kind of built-in fear of fire. Humans figured out how to control it somewhere between 1 and 2 million years ago, and ever since, that flickering light next to a tent or a campsite sends out a pretty clear signal to anything nearby. There's something dangerous here. Stay away. But predators aren't just scared. They're also incredibly calculated. Movies love to show wild animals as fearless and reckless, but in real life, that's almost never true. If a predator gets even slightly injured, a broken leg, a damaged eye, it usually can't hunt properly anymore, and that often means starving to death. So, predators avoid unnecessary risks at almost any cost. And humans, standing upright on 2 legs, actually look unusually large and unfamiliar to them. Combine that with the fact that there's almost always easier prey nearby, and attacking a strange, upright, fire-using creature just isn't worth the gamble. There's also something happening while we sleep that most people don't realize. Human sleep isn't one constant deep state. During lighter stages, especially REM sleep, part of our brain stays subtly alert to the environment around us, something researchers call the sentinel function. A snapping branch or an unfamiliar sound can yank us awake almost instantly. It's a strange leftover system from our ancestors, and honestly, it's probably still saving lives today. And one more layer to this, humans rarely sleep completely alone. We camp in groups, we sleep in shared spaces, and predators specifically prefer isolated, vulnerable targets. If one person stirs or makes noise in a tent, everyone else tends to wake up too. That kind of group defense possibility alone is often enough to make a predator think twice. Now, to be fair, this doesn't mean humans are never attacked, because sometimes they are. But when it happens, it's almost always tied to something unusual. Maybe the animal is old or injured and can't hunt its normal prey anymore. Or maybe, in some tourist-heavy areas, an animal has grown used to human food and slowly lost its natural caution. The infamous Tsavo lions from 1898 and the Champawat tiger from the early 1900s, both responsible for a string of well-documented attacks, were later linked to dental injuries and physical impairments that left them unable to hunt normally. These weren't ordinary, healthy predators making a calculated choice. They were desperate animals breaking from a pattern that usually holds. And this invisible fear humans create doesn't just protect us, it actually reshapes entire ecosystems. In areas with frequent human presence, big predators tend to stay away, which means deer and smaller herbivores multiply without that natural check. And that population boom often leads to overgrazing, which can quietly damage the surrounding forest. So, this one evolutionary fear doesn't just keep us safe at night, it ripples all the way through the food web. So, next time you're lying in a tent and you hear something rustling outside in the dark, you really don't need to panic. Whatever's out there almost certainly already knows something important. That whatever's inside that tent is one of the most dangerous things in the entire forest, and it's just not worth the risk.